over there going, yeah.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome. We are Two Fun Guys. I'm Josh.
And I'm Kevin. We're coming to you from the secret bug out bunker here in the wild and wonderful state of West by God, Virginia.
Today we have something near and dear to our hearts. Knives.
I thought you were going to say lungs.
Well, they are near and dear to our heart. Left's a little closer. We'll leave that alone. So, today we're going to be reviewing the Benchmade 808 Loco. And this is a hoss. We love it. And also,
It's a monster.
we're going to be reviewing the Zero Tolerance 0350SW. Both of them are pretty similar in size. Little smaller is the ZT. The blade length on the Benchmade is 3.68 inches with a width at its thickest point of 5/16 of an inch. Very hefty.
All right, the ZT. I just call it the ZT 350. The SW stands for stonewash finish on it. But the blade length on this one is 3.25 inches. Width is 3/16 of an inch.
Yep, at its widest point.
Yeah, we're going to do some close-ups, give you some good comparison shots on these.
Both of them, the handles are G10. The Benchmade is a smoother G10 compared to the Zero Tolerance. It's more of a textured.
It's kind of like the classic G10.
Very, very grippy. I do like that. The Benchmade itself comes from the factory tip up carry. You can reverse the clip to either right or left pocket carry, whichever you prefer. And the Zero Tolerance, though, you can actually carry that tip up, right or left side, and there's also some spots where you can reverse that to where you want to carry it tip down, right or left carry. So that is a pro with the Zero Tolerance compared to the Benchmade. But again, it's preference, whatever you like. One thing that you cannot go wrong with, and Benchmade has this nailed down to the perfect T, is its axis lock system. I have not found a folder that I like any better than the axis lock system. It is spot on.
Yeah, the difference between the 808 Loco and the ZT 350 is the ZT is a liner lock.
It is a liner lock.
It's a very sturdy liner lock.
Liner locks, they are tried and true. They do work, and I have to say, Zero Tolerance has a nice fit and finish. I do like the assisted version that we have here. Just the slightest little push down on that tab, you got your blade.
Yeah, it's an assisted flipper. I'm not a huge fan of liner locks, mainly because in order to close it, you have to push it to the side and actually bend that blade down toward your finger.
Yep.
I've never been a big fan of that. I've actually cut myself once or twice doing that. With the axis lock system, I mean, Benchmade, it's so smooth.
And to close, you pull those two tabs, down you go.
No worry about cutting the fingers there.
Not at all. And the blade style on the Benchmade, it is a reverse tanto sheep's foot style. I haven't had the chance to use this as much as I had just recently got mine, but Kevin has had his now for, what, almost 2 years?
I've had a couple of years now.
Yeah, and I've seen him almost chop some little trees in half.
This thing is a beast.
Yes, it is.
It is a workhorse beast. If I had to go into the woods and they said you can't carry an SE, you can't carry a fixed blade knife, you can only carry a folding,
that would be it.
808 Loco is the way I'd go.
That would be it.
No question.
The blade style on the zero tolerance, it is just a standard. It's not a combo blade or anything. We're not big fans of combo blades, but kind of has a recurve shape to it. Very good for chopping and slicing. Both blades are a stone wash finish. The zero tolerance kind of has more of that classic stone wash, where you don't see any of the grind marks on the blade itself, to where the Benchmade, you can actually see where it was ground, where they beveled each part of that blade.
Yeah, doing a little research on these Benchmades, it said that the Benchmade was also a
stone wash
finish, but with a finishing grind on it. But that finishing grind just pretty much takes that stone wash finish off.
It does.
You'll be able to see better when we do the close-ups on these. What kind of price range are we talking about?
Well, the zero tolerance comes in at the cheapest between these two, and we buy all of our knives from the knifecenter.com. The zero tolerance right now, we just checked pricing before we were shooting this video, and the zero tolerance is $140. That's their price. That's not including any type of tax or shipping. I'm not sure what that is. Of course, it's going to vary by area, I do believe. And the Benchmade, that is a little more towards the pricey side. That is currently $204 on Knife Center's website. But if you want a good knife, you're going to have to spend the money. You know, we're not talking about the Walmart special here. Do they work? Yes, they do. You know, but are they going to hold up to the everyday use and abuse that you may throw at it? Probably not.
Definitely not out in the bush. If you're chopping, prying, splitting wood with it,
you're going to start to see chips and rolls in your blade, and it might still chop, but you're not going to be able to do a fine slice anymore. Both blades are S30V. Very, very durable steel. I've had my ZT. Actually, I bought the zero tolerance, one for me and one for Kevin last year for Kevin's birthday. So we've had time to use these, and this has been my everyday carry in my left pocket. And I have sharpened this one time, and it wasn't because it needed it. It's because I like sharpening knives. The same with the 808. Again, it's S30V, very hard steel, very durable.
Takes an edge well, holds an edge well.
Yes.
It's probably one of my favorite steels as far as knives go.
It is, it is. Again, these knives are more, what do you prefer? Either one, great choice. You're not going to go wrong with it. Both have their pros, both have their cons. But like Kevin said, if you want something that's going to hold up every day, and it doesn't matter if it's a fixed blade or a folder, you want the 808.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of ZT fans out there, and this is a great knife. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not knocking this knife. It has some benefits over the 808 Loco. Mm-hmm. One that I like is the butt pommel on the end.
Yes.
If I hit you in top of the head with that, that's probably gonna
leave a mark.
It's definitely gonna leave a mark.
Yeah.
It's gonna draw some blood.
It's the zero tolerance is a hair lighter than the Benchmade.
Yeah, we found out that we were looking, different websites say different things. One website says, what was it, 4.3 ounces for the ZT?
4.8 for the ZT. Now we have a scale, a gram scale, that we weigh things for the show with. Don't be thinking other things. And the weight, including the pocket clip, which comes standard on these, was 6.25 ounces, and that was to the dot. And the weight on the Benchmade was 6.5 ounces. So not much of a difference, but like Kevin was talking about in previous episodes, if you're a gram junkie, you're going to want the ZT.
If you're a gram junkie, you're not going to want either one of these knives.
Out of these two, you're going to want the ZT. Yeah.
I like the grip on the ZT a little better. It's grippier.
Yeah, it has that texture to it.
The Loco, a little bit smoother, but I mean, still not a bad grip. What else?
One thing I did notice on the ZT is that the tab here for the assist almost acts as a built-in guard. So you don't have to worry about, if you're in there and you're really digging, you have somewhat of a safety before your finger's going to slide up and come in contact with that blade.
Yeah.
Now,
also on the ZT, you've got some jimping not only on the handle, and it lines up with the blade. You know, and with that finger choil right there, you can really get a good solid grip on this thing, especially with the standard G10 handles.
there's a little more of a bevel for the thumb in the blade part of
yeah, if you
the
want to get
ZT.
down and do some fine, cutting, some feather sticks or whatever,
You have that option.
yeah.
Now the Benchmade has that as well. Now it's not as deep, but you have a little spot there where you can place that thumb, and it is pretty comfortable.
Yep.
And your index finger does have a notch there, but unlike the ZT, you don't have that built-in guard. So if your finger slides, you are coming in contact with the blade.
The finger choil on this one's built into the handle, whereas this one's actually built into the blade. There's no jimping on top, but you do have a flat surface to put your thumb if you want to do some fine, whittling, feather sticks or whatever, carving.
Either one, great choice. You're not going to go wrong. In my opinion, if you want the best folder you can get, spend the extra money, get the Benchmade. But if that's not in your price range, go with the ZT. Out of these two,
I think most people that have stuck with this video so far are people that actually are knife enthusiasts, that like a good blade, that like a quality made blade.
both are made in the USA.
Both are solid.
Yes.
The ZT would be my second choice to go into the woods with, but I mean, I'm not knocking this knife other than the fact that it's just a liner lock. I like the knife. I like the design. I like the assisted open. I'm not a big fan of the liner locks.
Either one.
The drawback to the 808 Loco is it's tip up carry only. You can move the pocket clip from the right to the left, but that's it. You can't do tip down carry. But I prefer tip up carry anyway.
Same with me. I like my tip up.
And I have to say we're a little bit biased. We are Benchmade fans.
That we are. That we are.
But
all right, guys. So until next time, we will catch you all on the next one. And as always, big thumbs up to the men and women in uniform. We thank you all. So we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Peace. Love, peace, and little chicken grease.
And anal seepage.
Yeah.